It's Week 16 of the 2042 season, and we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's gonna be a good one next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you...
The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. We stuffed on the return of the 27th. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out is one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
First play is to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Short pass brought in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Hits him on the out route. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They are throwing it again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over.
He's running for it. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right half. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Returning it from the 4. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And Brock, we've got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. That one's cut on the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and just 2 to go. Putting the tight end in motion. The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And boy, they busted it before.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. For that defense, who puts a sack on the board. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 29. Chased out to trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Rolling left, and they get to it again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Houston in just a moment. They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. Tight end going in motion here. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's on the move. He takes it himself. He slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Try and pick this up on the ground. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Now this offense ready to head back out. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. First down, ball at the 36. They'll come out throwing. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. They'll try and throw it here. Completed to his running back. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
So out now comes the punter. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First and 10, they're going to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Brought in right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 36. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're going play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Finds the in route complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Third down, 1 yard to go. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up. He'll throw it yet again. Looking slant route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw now. And that's cut the end zone for the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys tie things 10-10. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. That puts us at the 2-minute warning. 3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to the air here. Caught quickly on the slant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. To throw here on 1st down. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Houston. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. That count runs their offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd and 6 now. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Prior to 1st down, they decided to call a timeout. Dropping back to throw. Catch made over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Second and 3. Looking right, and he finds him. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Flush down out to his left. He's keeping it again. And this one doesn't go far. So that's halftime for us here. It's a 7-point game after our first 2 quarters. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomb.
Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the 3rd quarter. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. And he had everyone thinking 6 before they finally get to him and stop that return.
You know, Kate, it's fun talking to these elite kick returners over the years and how much they visualize. As they're sitting back there waiting for the kickoff return, they're visualizing, well, a house call. And there was some serious explosiveness from him on that one. He may not have gotten all the way to the house, but he's setting his offense up in the red zone, which is pretty darn good.
They send the tight end in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. Has it down close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's the one back on the handoff. Has there the touchdown. These guys cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys make it 17 all. Following a touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. They'll throw to begin this drive. And that's incomplete. We're lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now a give on the counter. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Pass play now. That one's incomplete over the middle. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Catch made underneath by the back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he gets this down to the 41 before being stopped. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Punt team on the field. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Brings it in at the 12. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. This one returned for 11 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Here comes their offense out again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Back now, pressure on its way. Fits it through the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And they'll have 1st down. Now looking to throw. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds him on the slant. And he's tackled for a short gain. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And that will not be enough for a first down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be their football. On first down, they'll run. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
3rd and long for him here. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And that is where they'll start the next drive. They've got first down from the 31. Come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. There's a give up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd, less than a yard. Another carry for him. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking for a throw here. He fires one deep down left. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And that one's going to hit the turf.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
He has the touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on a return at the 27. The offense headed back to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Forced out to his right. He can run it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Dump off caught by his back.
This is one of those plays, Kate, I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue, effort, run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing it to start this drive. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Kate, I can feel by your body language and the call that you saw exactly what I saw. And that was a big uh-oh. It's one of the nice things of having a bird's eye view on these screens. You can see it coming at the field. In the field level, you get lost. But not up here. You knew that play was doomed from the start.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? From midfield now. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fight's deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Setting up a throw. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 41. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll throw it. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
McLaughlin's got it, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Man in motion here. They go play action on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing now, off play action. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
His return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year is over. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the scene and get through it before that window could close.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. He's dropping back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Simple dive up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They give it to him again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 23. Finds his man over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives them the 1st. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Kickoff taken at the 3. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. 2nd and 3. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Putting a receiver in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Working quickly here. Pass play on 1st and 10. That one's complete, right side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. These guys trailing by 11. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 36. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Looking to throw it. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Tracking for it, and it's good! And it pulls them back within one score here in the fourth.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You have 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense making its way back out now. Their lead's still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation. That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we can take one more knee and celebrate.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To the well again. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It was a great effort from our winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.